What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Ronnie Shields. Ronnie Shields is the trainer of Jermall Charlo, and he says Jermall Charlo will fight Canelo at 168, 175, or wherever he wants. Ronnie Shields couldn't have been more pleased with Jermall Charlo's performance Saturday night. Charlo's trainer praised the unbeaten WBC middleweight champion for displaying intelligence and discipline while fighting the toughest opposition and he has encountered as middleweight. Now that the native of Houston has proven himself against the top 160-pound Deverenchenko, Shields hopefully that the 30-year-old Charlo can land the biggest fight of his career, a showdown with Mexican superstar Canelo Alvarez. He says, I know Canelo Alvarez is going through some things right now with DAZN and with Oscar de la Hoya. So, maybe if they get their situation together, they can sit down, they can call Al Heyman, and we can make the fight. That's probably the fight that makes the most sense for Canelo. I think Canelo is the best for Jermall. So, Ronnie Shields, love Ronnie Shields, love his colorful approach to boxing. He's a no-nonsense trainer, old school. He's been training a lot of Jermall. He used to train Jermall, David Tua, Mike Tyson. He's been around. He's been there. So he's been that guy for a while. I look at that fight, based on what I've seen against Deverenchenko. Deverenchenko and Canelo's about the same height. Do they fight the same? No. But are they hookers? Yes. Is Canelo more defensively sound? Yes. That's what makes it more interesting. I think Jermall deserves a fight with Charlo now. Jermall deserves a fight with Canelo now because everyone was thinking that Jermall needs to be tested, and when he does get tested, he'll be beat. He proved people wrong, okay? And since he proved people wrong, I think he needs to fight Canelo. And if he can't get the Canelo fight, the fight he needs to make happen, the Danny Jacobs fight. Why not? Make that fight happen. Those guys have a backstory. They had old school beef, back in the day, a couple years ago. And I think that would be the fight that could sell also, But I know everyone wants that cash cow, so why not give it to Jermall? The only problem is with DAZN and Al Heyman, they don't have the closest working relationship. But Canelo is in cahoots with them now. He's falling out with them, rather. And he's like, hey, you know what? I may need to do something else. So if he does something else could be, hey, join Uncle Al, right? Let's make the fight happen with Al Heyman with somebody else because it ain't Golden Boy and it definitely ain't DAZN. So you can wipe out Matchroom and Golden Boy. What else is left? ESPN or PBC or Fox. So it could happen, so that fight people look at now before all this stuff went down with Canelo and DAZN, we was thinking, well, maybe that would be a fight that less likely to happen. But I feel that Canelo and Charlo can get it on, and I like how Ronnie Shields worded it. He said, hey, wherever, 160, 168, or 175, because guess what? Like I was telling you guys in the live stream that Jermall Charlo can fight at all those weight classes. He's tall enough, he's big enough, and guess what? He's strong enough. Could he beat Canelo? Who knows? But at least he could get the fight to see where he's at amongst the elite. These guys have been at the same weight class for the last two weight classes. From 154 to 160 to he'll go to 168 or 175. So that means that gives Canelo no room to say, I'm this fighter right now. I'm in a different weight class. No. He said he'll fight you at 168 or 175. And now that Ronnie Shields have made that known, I think now it's time to put work behind your belief. I think it's time for Charlo to start calling out Canelo. And one thing I didn't care about, though, I will say this about Charlo when he received that WBC belt without really fighting for it. I didn't see him call out Canelo. I think now it's time to call out Canelo. I think it's that time. I think it's that time to say, hey, I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. And I want Canelo. Bring him to me. Call Uncle Al. go against the grain. Don't necessarily pull a Gary Russell Jr. because he doesn't get fights, but do something like Gary Russell Jr. would probably do to make a fight happen. Just do it like a little cooler. But I'm with Ronnie Shields. I think that Jermall deserves to fight with Canelo. I would love to see it. Why not? Either not Canelo or Danny Jacobs. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Ronnie Shields' comments. Do you think Charlo's ready for Canelo? Let me know in the comments below. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.